A farmer went to the municipality office and started complaining. Sir, my house is near a pond and there seem to be millions of frogs in that pond. I want you to clean them up. The officer said, what? Millions of frogs are there in your pond and you want us to clean the pond of all the frogs? But that's the natural habitat for the frogs. The farmer said, but sir, it's too much for me. I cannot handle it. Can you do something about it? The municipality officer looked at him and said, well, we can try, but we can begin with 500 at a time. It is not possible for us to clean up all the millions all at once. We'll have to look for an alternative location for the frogs to be taken. The farmer said, okay. In the meantime, I will go and check out how many frogs are actually there. The next week, the farmer came to the municipality office carrying 2 frogs in a box and opened that box, and the 2 frogs jumped out. And the municipality officer said, what is the meaning of this? And the farmer said, actually, I made a mistake by telling you that there are millions of frogs in that pond. When I actually went back and checked, in that whole pond, there were only 2 frogs. And these 2 frogs would come on the bank of the pond and make such heavy sound, croaking all through the night. The intensity of their croaking in the silence of the night made me feel that there are millions of frogs. But actually, there were only 2 frogs. It was my mistake to think that there are millions. Sometimes in life, we imagine problems to be so many, when actually they are very few. But those few elements which are causing us trouble, they have a particular nature of magnifying their presence to such an extent that we feel that we are overwhelmed by those problems. And therefore, 2 frogs croaking appear to be millions of frogs croaking. If we analyze and introspect, maybe we are in a situation where life is all good, but there are a few elements which are creating us botheration. The important thing is isolate them, analyze them, deal with them, and solve them. And do not allow your mind to be overwhelmed with the negativity of thinking that my life is filled only with problems. Tatascha shauri bhagavat prachodita sutam samadaya cha sutika grihat. Vasudeva had lost his 6 sons. His wife was in captivity, he was in captivity. But Vasudeva was so positive minded, he was an eternal optimist who knew that ultimately whatever he is doing is for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord and his efforts will be protected by the Lord. Therefore, Vasudeva refused to lose hope and he was eternally hopeful, and such eternal optimists are called brave in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And therefore, we have to fill our life with positivity and be able to see the real situation with optimism. I have to deal with the reality, but with the undying hope that in due course of time, this shall also pass and my life will turn for the better.